it is very serious that they do buy this sachet water, and some also fetch water within gallons if they have some other pipes from various places and then bring it to the farm. Others also, with the cultivation of whatever, those that they are also doing, replacing with their cocoa and other things, they also have to, because with the climate change, there's no, how do you call it, rains and other things, so they have to also fetch waters and sometimes get this sachet water, just put it on their cocoa a little bit, which is also affecting them financially. So talking about water, I think it's nothing to talk about. We don't even have it at all because the rain is not coming as it is, and at the same time the other ones that it is around that we can also fetch it or let's say depend on it has also been contaminated. So it is very serious. Drinking water has become a problem. Also getting water to doing irrigation also within the farm has also become a very headache for us. So this is what is happening on the ground.
What intervention do you think government must initiate in order to help the farmers?
The what government? And it's the government that can stop this galamsey. And the government is not stopping it. That is the problem. Who controls the country? And who is in charge? And what is the police doing? What is the military doing? What is our security service? What are they doing? They are doing nothing. So they don't deserve to hold such a position. They need to resign. They have to resign because pollution of water, the person needs to be arrested.
So in our last video, we talked about how Ghana has seen its gold production rise from 3.7 million ounces in 2022 to 4 million ounces in 2023, according to some figures from the Ghana Chamber of Mines. This is an 8.3 increase, marking the country's highest output of gold since the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic. Well, that is also affecting another important sector of Ghana's economy, which is the cocoa sector. Ghana is the world's second largest producer of cocoa, but currently the country is facing a crisis that could send shockwaves through the global chocolate industry. Poor weather conditions, bean diseases, and illegal gold mining have destroyed the country's cocoa crop.
Just a year ago, this bare land was littered with cocoa, but today it has been ravaged by the hunt for gold by illegal miners.
I have the gold, I have plenty money in my pocket, so I don't mind cocoa. Look, I'm now cutting it off, you see. It is my own bona fide property, nobody can stop me.
By 10 years time, all cocoa will die if there's no tree. Because the weather will so hot that the cocoa cannot sustain.
In 2021, Ghana recorded its highest ever cocoa production of more than 1 million metric tons of cocoa. However, since attaining this feat, Ghana's cocoa production reduced to about 750,000 to 850,000 tons of cocoa every year. But this year, Ghana is expected to produce just 500,000 tons of cocoa, a sharp decline from the usual 750,000 to 850,000 tons. This shortfall is forcing Ghana to delay the delivery of up to 350,000 tons of beans to the next season. This delay is more severe than initially estimated, adding to the distress of the global chocolate market. Chocolate makers around the world are already raising prices for consumers because the cost of cocoa beans has more than doubled this year. This was driven by the poor cocoa harvest in Ghana and Ivory Coast, which together accounts for 60% of the global production. This cocoa shortage is unprecedented. For 3 consecutive years, Ghana and Ivory Coast have struggled with lower yields. This has caused cocoa prices to skyrocket, impacting everything from small chocolate makers to major global brands. For Ghanaian farmers, this situation is alarming. Adverse weather, diseases like swollen shoot virus, and the encroachment of illegal gold mining are not their only challenges. Many farmers are smuggling beans to neighboring countries to get higher prices. These practices is reducing the crop available for exports from Ghana. According to some estimates from the Ghana Cocoa Board, between 5 and 10% of the official cocoa crop is smuggled out of the country.
The increment of the government price is very good for we the farmers. But the only thing we need is the availability of the money. If without the money, it can cause smuggling. That is the main issue or the main thing about smuggling. Most of the time, it may be by 2 months, 3 months, there is no money in the other societies or companies over here. No money. So, no money, then the Togolese will motivate them with their money.
Typically, Ghana sells about 80% of its cocoa crop a year in advance. This simply means Ghana agrees to sell cocoa beans to a buyer like chocolate company at a set price a year before the beans are even harvested. The buyers then pays Ghana some money upfront. This is like a deposit to secure the deal. Ghana gets some cash now from the upfront payment, and the buyer gets guaranteed access to the cocoa beans later. But with the production falling to around 670,000 tons last season and expected to drop even further this season, the country is struggling to meet its forward sales commitments. Ghana has sold forward just 100,000 metric tons for the next seasons, which is a fraction of what is needed. The beans already sold forward were at prices significantly lower than the current market rates, which poses a big problem for the Cocoa Board, Ghana's cocoa regulator. The Cocoa Board uses the average price of forward sales to set a minimum price for farmers. With prices set low, farmers are disincentivized, which could lead to more smuggling and land being sold to gold miners.
So far, I'm told 89% of the FOB price have been given to farmers. It means all the total money we took from the syndicated loan, 89% is going to the farmers.
The International Cocoa Organization expects cocoa production to fall by 10.9% to 4.45 million tons this season. This means chocolate manufacturers will have to dip into their cocoa reserves to meet demands. So for consumers, this means a continuous higher prices for chocolate products. The beloved thread is becoming more expensive as the supply chain strains under the pressure of reduced cocoa availability. As Ghana battles with these challenges, the future of cocoa industry hangs in the balance. The world watches and hopes for a turnaround, but for now, the sweet taste of chocolate comes at a steeper price. And that is all for today's episode. For more in-depth stories and analysis like this, subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Sheriff Haruna. Have a joyful life and see you in our next video. Macrao.